major storm. I mean, I was looking at some of the communications from Spencer Christian, and it looks as though they've raised the expected intensity of this next storm. They've done this over the last couple of days. Yeah.
Because yesterday he said the storm would come with a fury, and now he's saying it's going to be even worse.
Well, let me make the point. Maybe I'm making it inartfully.
You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for.
Just let me finish my point, if you would, please. Initially, it was thought of as a level 2 that would become a level 3. I think now it's being talked about as a level 3 storm that will hit kind of with that ferocity right away. But there's no need for us to in any way theorize as to what they said. The they that said it is waiting in our green room now. Please welcome the award-winning Spencer Christian, everyone. Come on.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. You described it perfectly. You really did.
Of course I did, Spencer, but I have to indulge. Tell us, though, the precipitation figures I'm seeing, rainfall numbers, they're really high.
They really are. Just with the first stage of the storm, which is basically from early evening today, 7 p.m., to early morning tomorrow, we're expecting anywhere from 1.5 inches to about 3 inches of rain generally across the area. But that's, the storm will continue beyond tomorrow morning. The overall rainfall estimates right now for the duration of the storm through Saturday into Saturday night are like 2.5 to about 6 inches. Now, the 6-inch estimates are for the higher elevations, which we discussed before. More rain in the hills and mountains. So the Santa Cruz Mountains and the North Bay Mountains, Mount Hamilton, places like that, they may see 4.5 to 6 inches of rain, especially the Santa Cruz Mountains, because they're closer to the coast, and that's where the storm, hits land first. But even down in the bay level communities, we're talking about between now and 11 o'clock Saturday night, maybe about 2.5 to 4.25 inches of rain.
Wow!
That's a lot of rain
on an area that's already been pounded.
Yeah, an area already saturated, and we've already had. I mean, it doesn't take much rain at this point to produce localized flooding. Rain like this can produce massive, widespread flooding, and obviously can loosen, tree roots. And we've got strong gusty wind coming in with this storm. Wind gusts up to 50, maybe 55 miles an hour. It'll be pretty easy for those winds to blow trees over. And then you've got, the groundwater thing. I don't want to get too technical, but the arteries under the ground that hold the groundwater have shriveled over the last few years because they've been so dry. So they can't absorb that water as they typically would. So we're in a touchy situation here.
It's interesting because March is typically a month where things wind down a bit. We've had a couple of exceptions. We remember in one semi-drought year, meaning of short-term drought year. I understand we're in a 20-year drought cycle, but a semi-drought year, we had what they call the Miracle March, where essentially made up a season's worth of rainfall in a March. But typically speaking, from a climatological perspective, March is a wind down month, right?
That's right. That's absolutely right. Yeah. And thus, all the old cliches about March, comes in like a lion, goes in like a lamb, all those things. But it is a transitional or a winding down month. That's right. But not this March so far.
No. I mean, this is incredibly busy. All right. So before we let you go, just review for us. So this is a level 3 that's coming in, and it will likely continue through Saturday.
Yeah. And so it's coming in as with a level 3 ranking already, which on our 5-point system is a strong storm. And it probably will, the most intense elements of the storm will be felt probably between about 7 o'clock this evening and 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But even as it starts to weaken a bit tomorrow morning, I think we're still going to probably keep it at a level 2 for most of the day tomorrow, and then maybe down to a level 1 by tomorrow evening, or did I say tomorrow evening? I'm sorry, by Saturday morning into Saturday evening. Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying it'll be level 2 showery kind of thing on Saturday as we wind down. But prior to that, later today, tonight, tomorrow, that's your level 3 period.
Level 3. That's right.
Okay, cool.
That's right. I have a question as well, if weather related, if I could.
Yes, McAllister, please, with a question.
Thank you. when you have snow coming down on rain, rain coming down on top of snow. I read a story yesterday talking about flooding, especially in the Sierra,
Yeah.
because the rain could melt the snow, and
Yes.
also that the water can be heavy on the snow and cause roofs to collapse. And so I wonder what's going to happen there, and what's the can you talk a little bit about what that may bring?
Sure.
Yes, Spencer, could you scare us some more, please? We were not.
Kim, I'm so glad you brought that up because I just interviewed the mayor of Lake Tahoe a couple of days ago, and we were talking about this very thing. So already there are homes in that area, up in the Sierra, in that area, that have several feet of snow on their roofs that have accumulated, and that snow is heavy, and it can cause collapsing roofs. Now, you add rain to that, that snow will absorb the rain. It'll become those snow piles, if you will. I can't think of a better word. On those roofs will become even heavier. They'll become heavier quickly, and they pose a serious hazard. They can cause roofs to collapse. I mean, they can really do serious damage to the house and to the people inside those houses. So she was encouraging people to please get out and find some way to get the snow removed from your roofs before this rain begins. And as you also pointed out, Kim, this is a warmer storm than previous ones this winter. So it's going to cause melting snow on the highways, and it's going to add to the flooding potential. And it's just going to be a mess.
I'd like to mention a positive from all of this storm.
Yes.
And a thing that's actually getting more positive. This is odd for me because I usually live in a world of grimness, as you know, and pessimism. But I will tell you that and this relates to Lake Tahoe, you made me think of it.
Yeah.
One of the things that's happened at Lake Tahoe that's a positive is that the lake itself has achieved a clarity in the water that we haven't seen in years.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
wonderful.
Lake Tahoe was becoming this murky, and it's a gorgeous place. I think it's one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Yeah.
And it was becoming, the water itself, this sort of murky lake that didn't necessarily reflect the majesty, grandeur, and beauty that it has historically. But because of these record snows, and because of all of this precipitation, this sort of unrelenting series, the lake has now achieved a clarity that's really exciting. I mean, it's kind of gone back to some of the golden years of Lake Tahoe in terms of the clarity. So there's that.
You are absolutely right, Mark. I mean, I can remember back in the late 1970s, early 80s, when I first started visiting Lake Tahoe, and gosh, it was so beautiful. It was almost like some of those Caribbean places where you can see down to the bottom of the
Right.
water. Yeah. And you're right. This snow has really helped. I don't know if the word is clarify, but to make the lake more beautiful. Yeah.
You know, also I remember now, Spencer Christian in The Godfather in Godfather 2, Michael killed Fredo on Lake Tahoe, or was that a different lake?
Is that where it happened?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Was it Lake Tahoe? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, memories. All right. So Spencer Christian,
Fredo's been washed away now. He's gone. You won't see him at the bottom of the lake.
He won't resurface in the storm.
that's right. Hey, Spencer Christian, we're going to check in with you one more time tomorrow to round
Oh
out the
yeah.
week.
Oh, absolutely. Please do. Yeah.
You're the very best to be here, my
You
friend.
are.
All right. Love you.
Yes.
Spencer Christian, everybody, come on.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.